We're gonna have to call this part 2 because I hit a button and it stopped, but we'll pick up where I'm still rambling and I'm still about to leave. I just went to this smoke shop and I picked up nothing like but some cigarettes, something to help make sure I get a job, a candle because it's got to smell better than what it does. Just vacuumed out my car because I haven't cleaned my car in a long time, but all I got is basically accessories to aid me in my ever for mental relaxation from all the bullshit these people put me through. Anyways, watch who's coming in. Got a pretty good feeling this one right here is somebody that I don't want to know. See, there's the pickup truck I'm talking about, and it's the white one with the all blacked out shit. He'll be going behind me. Meanwhile, like, this dude's just sitting there. Like, I don't know what the fuck he's on. I can't really get him on Canon camera, but he's probably just like noticing that I'm like filming or something, and so he's like, shit, because he's not coming nowhere. The truck, Lord knows where he went, but they tend to like move around a lot. Okay, now they're both sitting. See, the truck's right there. See the truck backing up? Like, this is where they'll swap it out. And then see, there's a white car right next to him also facing out. Not for sure, but I have good reason to believe that he's ready to rock and roll and come and check it out too. Let's see what these people are on. He hops out, she hops out. Unusual place to park at a Walmart, whatever. But let them go in. They're like, what you call it, now he wants to go over here. This guy's just now finally turning. Where's he at? There he goes. See him right there? Now he's on his brakes. Like, he was just like sitting there for a hot minute staring at me. Now this guy pulls up, and I hate to be like one of them. I really do. Sorry for this. I hate to be one of people who be like, man, they're on the ground, follow me, because it's just so hard to prove. But what I'm gonna do is just take this ride with y'all and hopefully not get stopped on the way, because I don't got time for their fucking games right now. But look, I'm on my brakes right now. Let's see what happens. Notice I'm on my brakes and he is ready to rock and roll. Let's just see. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go out the back way. I always try to find a way to expose them, right? So instead of going out like a main entrance or something, I'll slide out like any back positionings I can, so as like to make them make their move. And this is how I know that they're in multiples, because like this dude will not be able to follow me without being blatant, right? Like, look, him, there he is. Now he's probably expecting me to go left, but I'm gonna go right. Watch. And I got him right there on camera. Okay. Now, let's wait and see if he moves. Can y'all see? Do we tap the brakes? Now what he'll do is, if he's not gonna come and get me, somebody's gonna be around here waiting on me. I'm just I'm gonna pull through here and see what happens, because he's still sitting there. I'm not sure if I can go out this way or that way. I think it's this way I can go out. Okay, so let's go out this way. See how slow I'm going too? Give him plenty of time. Now, does he move? Not in front of my face. But that doesn't mean that he hasn't. See, the thing is about the police, thing about 12 is that they have radios, and it's very difficult, as everybody knows, to outrun the radio, which is why I'm thinking about getting a motorcycle. I'm sorry, my fault. I'm thinking about getting a motorcycle because, like, A, is gonna be nice enough out soon. B, I don't know how much longer this car got, because I've been like through like 12 states or something with it. Now, it appears, you can see that car, you guys can't really see like me. Alright, anyways, let's see. I got somebody directly behind me. See him? Now, that might be him. See him? Look. Hang on. I'm trying to show you like in reverse, but basically like, watch the camera like this. Watch my rear view. See that? See him? See him? Oh, and he goes the other way. So now he probably radioed to somebody who's gonna be sitting up here, right? Or he just flipped the bitch real quick, cause like now somebody coming from behind. See this? Real fast too. I can't jump out, and this is how they do it. They can stop me by traffic signal, and then like for sure, 80% sure is one of them people behind me. Let's find out, because he pulled up on me fast as fuck. And he seems to be in a hurry. Well, maybe he's not. He's just in a hurry. So let's let him pass. Ready? There he goes. He must know what's going on with 12 around here. Anyways, nah, just noticed the little fucking... Damn. I really wanted to clean my windows, but I didn't get a chance. I cleaned them last night, but I didn't get the inside. This is all bad food over here. It's probably fucking a crack deal. I just went into the tobacco store, and like all they had was crack pipes and fucking meth pipes. And dude was like, my friend. Like, nah. My friend. Fuck out of here, dude. You ain't my friend, homie. I don't know you, bro. There's a gas station right there that's out of business, but at like 7 p.m. somebody must pull up. There's like 12 cars that was there, and like all of them was like, you know, hey, come on, man, I'm from Chicago, and I played the game before, so I know how motherfuckers play to win. And anyways, it's a very dangerous, I hate this fucking city. Let's just be quite frank. I'm not even comfortable smoking fucking herb in my car right now. Just because, like, these people are on that way too much. Way too much. See, now, my parking spot's gone. This is some bullshit. I'm gonna have to go all the way back, man. Damn. This fucking kid here, let's see. What, you want to watch me park, you little fucking homo? Damn, I hate motherfuckers that just be looking just to look. Like, bro, I got no insurance. I'll smack the shit out your car too, fag. Don't ever worry about me. Worry about yourself and watch TV. Oh, look at this loser. See? Look. See how the doors pop? There in that bitch probably smoking something. See, like, just the fact that, like, just the fact that I noticed the shit's going on, like, makes it so easy for me to be like, man, I really wouldn't never want to live that type of life. Not because there's anything wrong with it, but because I've matured from that type of person. I'm no longer dependent on anything except for, the only thing I'm dependent on is like, I don't know if I'm dependent on, I don't know if that's the right way to, if I'm dependent on the Lord, or I would rely on the Lord. I don't depend on him, I suppose. So I don't know how best to say that, but like, I do not depend on any substances that would allow somebody to use that against me for any type of, you know, slandering purposes, any type of like, oh, there they go. That dude just popped out his car. I swear to God, I'm sorry that the police came by fast as fuck, and this dude popped his fucking door like he was finna run. He probably got illegal plates or something. Look, Lord knows you ain't handicapped from Ohio, famo. That's hilarious. Anyways, like, back to it. That dude looked like he shotgun walking up his pants. Holy shit. And, like, you know, like, forgive me, but this car next to me got they shit split, and that reminds me of my back window somewhere. So, like, maybe they did that to themselves to get their keys, because probably most people staying here are fit. Throw me in the mix. I don't give a fuck. Call it what it is. Stupid is as stupid does. Alright? Fucking Tom Hanks puss ass. What's up with all these people anyways? All these fucking creeps, queers, steers, and fucking pedophiling, and man, you motherfuckers is... Oh, there you go! You saw him? Okay. Well, number 2. Anyway. Where was it? Oh yeah. These fucking scumbags, man. Like, how do they walk around not getting their fucking lips split everywhere? Like, tell me if I'm wrong or if I'm right, but I'm probably right on this one. Like, you know, I know y'all know the rumors and heard what y'all heard because we all pay attention, but like, hey, on my soul, if you walk past somebody that you know to be like a fucking Tom Hanks or like an Oprah or like a fucking, what's the name, John Legend puss ass, or fucking his one girl that fucking whatever her crazy ass is, or Maria Abramovich, or any of these fucking psycho pedophile fucks. How could you walk by them, see them, and let them keep walking? Like, I'm a small fry in the world. I'd take one for the team. You feel me? Just in case. If I happen to walk by one, I wouldn't hesitate. Why would I? I'd be doing the world like a solid. Like, these people walk around like they're untouchable, but is it that they're untouchable or they just can't be reached? Because, again, personally, I would never go out of my way. But, you know, one of the fucking things I have a hard time believing as of late is the whole, like, population, that there's 350 some odd million people living here in this country. It just don't add up, because, and my reasons are fucking fairly, like, whatever. But, like, they're gonna say, like, okay, what the bam, New York got X amount. They use all the big cities just to crank up numbers, right? And then they say, like, people are spread out. But the fact of the matter is, like, from my personal experiences in life and travels and such, like, dude, I've been all around the country, and, like, you hit pockets of populations here and there, but you'll never drive through fucking, there goes some people again, you'll never go through fucking, like, fucking town after town after town. Like, when I grew up in the world, up until I was, say, like, I started, like, becoming, like, you know, who I am when I was, like, 15, 16, but really it took flight when I was 17. You know, by 17, I was on my own and spending, like, the entire summer, spring, winter, fall on some hippie fest or whatever, you know, festival shit, full tours. Like, I was just out there having fun and shit, right? But whatever. But my point is this, like, where I grew up, it's actually, like, it's really a fucking horrible place. It's got the number one, it is the most, okay, how do I say this? It has the most churches per square mile than any other city. I grew up in the city of the world, of the United States, that has the most churches. Catholic, you know, Lutheran, Jew, whatever the fuck, I don't know. Fuck, I probably shouldn't use the Well, yeah, no, I don't give a shit. I just don't want them to knock my video for fucking calling them the Jews or whatever. It's funny, I was at the store the other day, I'm like, the Jews gonna take my money. The Jews gonna take my food. Please, Mr. Jew, can you save me a bubble gum or two? I don't know what the fuck it was. It was just like bullshitting. But anyways, like, and again, like, for all of y'all that don't know, like, a lot of you do, like, I'm not Jewish, but like my last name is, which I'm not obviously gonna drop, but like my last name is that of Jewish origin, I suppose, and I am the product of my old man, who's, I'm not exactly sure his story because he was adopted, but I believe his birth mother was a Jew. And I remember hearing Holocaust stories when I was younger from Auntie Nana or whatever, I forget. But they were well off, and they were good Jews. Like her and my pop, like my grandma and papa, they was good Jews. I think, you know, they were well off. Like when I was a shorty, like Christmas time come around, and I guarantee you, I was getting like all that shit that I wanted. It like a Nintendo or something. Like bam, the Jewish grandparents like be like hitting me on present day. This was like my youth when I was just a fucking scumbag idiot kid. But I'm just saying, okay, so, but like my point is like, okay, as them being Jews, my old man being a Jew, his wife being a Jew, then my little sister being a Jew, and by me being just, you know, from them, but like my mother, not a Jew, her father, her mother, grandparents of mine also not Jews. So I was made a decision that when I was like, you know, like young, and my OG, she say she wanted to baptize me Lutheran. My old man wasn't like a practicing Jew, but nonetheless, like, you know what I'm saying, Jew he is. And it brings me to my point, like, that I'm always forgetting. Play a cigarette, it's bad for me. Let me put this on, put something else in the air. Anyways, my point is this, like, the old man didn't have any type of faith or anything until he got sick, right? I met rabbis, good people, whatever. Like, sad story, one of the rabbis that I fucked with, like, that fucked with me, like, he's like, you're weird, right? You're out there. I'm like, oh yeah, brain fried like rice, homie. He's like, me too. So like this rabbi was like really with the shits. Like he was with like the fucking like natural healing, and like he knew how to, like, I don't know, I had one of like these people do it before, but it's like where you're not like, nobody, they don't touch you, but like they use, like, you bring the fucking energy from the ground up, and like you can, like, hang on, watch, like you essentially, I'm trying to put my phone on my lap, like you like raise the energy, and then you like push it at somebody, right? But you don't actually touch them, and like you can heal them, and it's almost like using vibration, like, and like, you know, like this dude told me this shit, and like right away, like anyone else would be like, you're nuts. I'm like, man, when can I get in? And I told him about my personal experience with somebody doing that to me, and like it was like I was in the penitentiary, and like it wasn't like nothing funny, but it was just like, and my homie his name was Shaggy. Like, dude got popped with a lot of shit. I heard about him coming through the county. I heard about some kid. I'm like, how I don't know him, but I was in Chicago and he was in DuPage. So like basically like anyone with a decent case in DuPage I got to know about him back then. So anyways, like, I bumped into him, and I actually we ended up being in the same joint for a little while, and then we went to like the transition center together. And last I really seen him, but he was the only one that ever did that, and then the rabbi did. But okay, back to the point. Driving through the entire country, the fact that they say there's 350 million people, I don't believe it, right? Unless it really like proves my theory about people being like NPCs in the world. Because since I've gotten to Maryland, when I went to a restaurant across the street, I seen a face I've seen in 3 different states. He looked like a Jake Gyllenhaal, but like a kid from back in the hometown. When I went to my job the first day, I saw 3 people that I remember seeing. You know, one light skinned, 2 brothers. You know what I'm saying? But I've seen them before. I've seen like, I want to say like 5 or 6 people that I've seen. I cried in one lady's arms the day after the night after I lost my fucking cat. Like, don't know what brought me to this place, but like something did. And like, I seen this lady, I seen her eyes. I could tell she had been like through some shit, like, because I've seen those eyes before. And like, long story short, like, she embraced me like her own child, like, and just let me like bawl on her fucking shoulder. And I went there to pick up a pizza. I would like gave my pizza. She's like, "You alright, hon?" I'm just like, I just lost it. You know what I'm saying? And like, this is basically why I haven't come on here for a hot minute, because I don't really like want to continue to live like, you know, thinking about like, I mean, every day I think and like remember my personal cat, but like I don't want every video I make to be like, you know, like, oh, I'm sorry about your cat. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's like, I'm trying to, like, get past that, I guess. I don't know. Like, I don't know. Whatever. So, okay, my point is this, that, like, 350 million people, yet nobody sees any of the shit we see, right? Nobody pays attention. Everybody follows the herd. I'm going to say we because I believe y'all deal with it too, but the majority of us, I would say, have real problems or real issues or real bullshit or real something going on that most people don't ever have to deal with. Almost as if, like, they're focused on X amount of people, you know, and surely I know that I've tricked somebody's radar, because I cannot go anywhere without somebody following me in the air, on the floor, whatever the fuck. Like, you know, example, like my TV in the hotel room, it just stopped working last night. Maybe a coincidence, you know, but why? It's like my cat dies like the first night I get here. Coincidence? No, I don't know why. You know what I'm saying? Like, everything is just like, there's like just too much like fucked up weird shit to happen all the time to like, why this job like all of a sudden get funny with me just one day? Like, all of a sudden these motherfuckers just get real fucking funny with me. Look, this way it looks like basically like you carry around a fucking 50-cent jug of water with your dusty ass hoodie. And then again, don't get me wrong, I carry around water too. It just happens to come in fucking bottles, because I can those types of things in life now, because the $3 that or $2 they cost, or $2.50 or whatever the fuck, I got 4 of them. I'm sure it was about $10, but $10 to these people is a fucking hit of crack, or like you know what I'm saying, like a couple hits of crack, or they need that, so they walk around with jugs of fucking water they probably got with a fucking fountain hose. I mean, it's just like, I'm not getting down on them because I ain't been there, but it's just a terrible thing. And like you know, one of them things that like, hey, I'm glad I made it out type shit, because like this is like the recourse, like, you know, otherwise. Yeah, that was something different, but his ass finna go across the street because I know they serve out of there. Another funny story I could tell you. But yeah, no, back to the whole fucking thing. I keep falling off. I'm so sorry. The whole thing I'm trying to say is that, like, I've traveled the entire country, just like a lot of people have. I just don't know if I traveled a little differently. Whereas, like, other people might be like, let's just look at some drones or something while I do something. But like, while other people might not notice it, like, things in the world, like, super apparent to me. Like, just like how I picked up that drone just like out of the corner of my eye. Like, it must be time for this loser to go. And notice how they, like, love the phone boat, like the electricity areas. Let's see, get my car. I'm afraid to, like, just sit here with my car off. Because it died earlier, which was weird. Okay, so there you go. There's another one. I mean, they're just always somewhere out there, right? But, fuck, they keep getting me distracted. I'm sorry. So what I'm trying to say is this, like, I'm trying to get this bitch-ass drone in a picture. Maybe he'll do, like, some forward and backwards stuff for us. Alright, so whatever. Hang on. 1 second. I'm trying to get to the point. This will help me remember. Sometimes I lose track. But anyways, okay, so what I'm saying is that 350 million people, yet the reason I bring up, like, a Tom Hanks situation or some fucking, like, scumbag like that, because 350 million people and nobody busts his shit on a daily, like, what do they do? Take fucking the Pope Mobile around, but, like, camouflage? Like, motherfuckers gotta go outside sometime. Me personally, I hate going out, because anytime I go out, it's like a chance, like, for some bullshit to happen. But, like, well, I don't really go out. But again, 350 million people, and I believe that's just for, like, the TV and the big money that they always talk about, the government and all that shit, and the AI and the and the blah 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 blah, right? But, like, as of late, weird things have been happening to me where, like, I can manifest shit almost. If I want to hear, like, a word on TV, I just think on that word, and then, like, it'll come up in a sentence. If I want to hear about a subject, I think about a subject, and I'll hear it on, like, it's like almost as if somebody's in my head, and, like, in my head thinking as I think, like, in real time. And then, like, that 1 second glitch that makes me hear some shit, I think that's, like, because, you know, they can supposedly read your mind, whatever. Okay, so, like, weird shit, just a lot of weird shit. I scratched a lottery ticket, and, like, there was 5 winning numbers on it, and I looked at 2 of the numbers, and I'm like, matter of fact, I got the ticket right here. But I looked at 2 of the numbers. I think it was 37 and 9. Let's see if I can remember. This was from last night. 37 and 9. So I'm scratching these tickets off. And the first time I scratched one, I do this because my little sister. But anyways, okay, so I do this because my little sister, right? So 6, 53, 9, 52, 37. I scratched, and the first number I scratched was 9. I won, right? $25, whatever, who cares? I'm running through all these, and I'm, like, scratching and scratching and scratching and scratching and scratching. And I keep, like, going back to the top, like, being like, 25, that don't feel right. I'm missing something. And, like, I'm like 653, and I'm, like, scrolling. Nothing. And then like I'm looking like 36. Now I look up here and I'm like 37. 37. Like there's gotta be a 37 on here. Not because I like needed the money or like thought like any other reason. I just felt it. And then like next thing you know, I look right here and the way I had scratched it, like it was like you could see the 37, but like it was kind of like that 35, right? But I saw like enough of it to be like, what the fuck? Like, how did I just do that? Because I literally looked at this thing, like the 9 off the top, first thing, okay, cool. Scratch the rest of them. I always scratch off all the numbers and I try to remember best I can. But then I always go back one by one and just kind of like look at them and be like, did I win any? Am I forgetting any? That's why I always like scan them just to make sure. So that happens with this one. The one before it, and I could prove it, I pulled up I scratched this one and I messaged my little sister and I'm like, well, dude, because she loves these fucking things. I'm like, hey, I tried, but I lost. And like I sent her a picture of this lottery ticket before that was circled, obviously. And I told her, I'm like, figures, you know. And then like the next day, I pick up the card and I'm like, something feels like I missed it. And I like looked at it and I'm like, what? Hold up. And there it was, 47. Which, whatever, it's $20. It's just the point. Is the point that like I had this one in the garbage. The reason it's circled is because I messaged my little sister, be like, what an idiot I am. Like, it was right there the whole time. But, like, I'm saying, like, it wasn't, though. Because how do I, like, look at them? Why do I hold them? And then, I don't know, it's just weird. Okay, so, like, kind of reminds me of, like, the Star Wars situation, which I never really got into. But, like, I've seen other people make things about it. And they talk about, like, how there's like shit going on that George Lucas was doing in that movie to make motherfuckers, like, it wasn't just about like he was using like scenes to portray like shit from Aleister Crowley type shit, like telekinesis, when he was like, I guess the name Luke Skywalker, I think it was, or whatever, the dude who was like Darth Vader's kid. Luke, I'm your father. Yeah, that dude. Anyways, when he's hanging upside down and he's like talking to somebody with his mind, that's called telekinesis, I believe, right? And like he's being trained by the Yoda dude, who's like supposedly like, you know, he's like the Matrix version. He's like the Neo before bullets almost, right? And he can just like move shit with his mind, and like that's like a type of magic. And they say like, you know, magic is evil or whatever, but then there's like the trick magic, like that movie Edward Norton where he's like the magician dude, which was fairly decent. But I'm not talking about that magic. I'm talking about like your ability to like really think on something and make it happen. Like I really thought on another thing today, and like I checked my fucking phone and I have an email that I needed to see, and I'm like, wow. And I just keep doing this shit every day, and I'm just like, wow. And again, like, it's not that like I don't have superpowers. I do feel like I'm incredibly like fucking like sensitive to like the world or something, maybe. Like I can pick up people's emotions and like, you know, like good from bad or whatever, like see it in their eyes, just all sorts of shit. It's like, I think that's like something like inherent, that like a lot of people just have that like ability, because they're just like, it's not like anyone on any type of special, right? But like I feel like if you're I feel like if you're already doing that, you must be like, if you're already in tune with the world, nature, so to speak, like people, harmony, uh, just all these things. If you're already in tune, what makes you think that like is not another level? You know what I'm saying? Like you could maybe progress from like just being able to feel a situation out and understand what's going on and words not be said for you to understand to being able to use your mind to stop somebody from like saying or acting or doing something, kind of like the whole like telekinesis without like putting words in their head, but just like the power to I feel like I've like it happened with when I was like, you know, with that child a lot. Like I could just be with my eyes, like your old man used to give you that look or whatever. Everybody knows the look, but it's like you like talking with your eyes. You feel me? Like I could do it like, you know, like I might be interested in you, like, or like I'm good. How you doing? Or I could be like, mm, mm. And people do this shit without even realizing, so they make these expressions and whatnot. But like more so than just the expressions, like you can meet a motherfucker with a poker face, where they're just kind of like you don't smile. I feel like right now, like my face looks a little more like, because I took down the fucking face hair, so like, but I don't smile often unless I see something that's worth smiling. It's just not a common thing. But again, like, I don't walk around with a smug look on my face either. I just walk around like a regular person, right? But like, while I'm a regular person, I'm like that, and then like you get close to somebody and you can like feel if like there's an openness to even conversate with them. So like, and I think a lot of you know what I'm talking about. It's like you can strike up a conversation with certain strangers, and you know in your heart they're not going to like fuck you, like, as far part of my language, but like they're not gonna turn on you. They're not gonna tell on you. They're not gonna take you home and try to like roofie you and get you. You know what I'm saying? These are just like people that are probably much like you and I. That like you'll meet and you feel comfortable with them, and like then I bring in the 300 million people or whatever, and like you only meet one or five of these people in every like city you go to, right? So like the five people I've seen that I swear I know out here, out of the maybe there's a million people here, 50. I don't know how many fucking people, 100,000, but there's five people that I've bumped into that I remember, right? The rest are just people driving that I'll never have any interaction with, and it almost feels like, you know, like the lady I cried to. It feels like the dude that reminded me of three people I've met in my life that like sat me down for dinner. It's like these people are like maybe like in some form or another like related, distant cousins, but they're like actual real people, right? And that's why you bump into them, because they're like the real people. So like out of the 300 some odd million people, but you only bump into five in the city, right, that like seem familiar or give you a vibe where like you're not nervous with them, you're kind of at ease right away. It's like meeting somebody. It's like love at first sight or something. It's just like an immediate comfortability. You know this person from somewhere, feel like you know them. You like you just get them or whatever. Like that's my point. Like people like that are probably the real only good people on the world, right? Like to use another movie, that movie like with the obey signs and stuff with Rowdy Piper, like how like when he put them glasses on, he seen how many people. It was like half the people were fucking aliens or whatever, reptile people. So like again, these reptile people and like these weird fucking people and like these people who don't pop out and split no Tom Hanks lip type shit, like but pass them. These people are not really like, I don't believe they're like humans like you and I. Never hear about problems, you know, you got your shit that you see on the news, but that's done by the evildoers. They got the name picked out, like didn't this Adam, whatever his name is, the 60-pound kid who had a 95-pound backpack on that like had like an accuracy of like 98%, like with a fucking like gun bigger than him, like knock it off. Like I mean like so like story time is story time, but in this story I'm trying to give you like my delusional facts that make sense to me because nothing else would. You feel me? Like spend my whole life being wise enough to pick up like bit and bit and bit and bit, so like I have a little bit of overall knowledge, right? And like now I've unlearned because I never really fully paid attention. That's another thing. It's just something that I really believe that there's not that many real people in the world, and like I have I think like 300 or 400 people that subscribe to my channel, but like it's like all the people that do, I don't know, like per like the like Google shit that they give me every week or YouTube update they give me every week that tells me if some like how many people watch it. Like it seems like it tells me that like basically if I have 300 people, that 2 out of 3 watch it every week or something like that. So like basically people like are actually like, it's not like I have 100,000 and only like 1,000 watch all the time. Because like you get what I'm saying. Like if I have 200 people that like keep pace or like check me out here and there, that's cool. And that to me shows me like there's, think about it, all the cities in the world, the 200 people like that are going through the same shit, like, and are somehow found my shit, right? And listen to me talk this much, like might understand what the fuck I'm trying to say and might have like some validity to it. I don't know, maybe not, but like, you know, like what we always try to figure out what's the reason for why we get watched and why this and why that, but like maybe and we all you know like know like the only way is through like the Lord. Like we all have like our convictions, like we all know that like it's gonna get rough before it get better. We all know though the where we stand. Like I asked my OG, I'm like, hey, if you was to be like told right now that you gotta renounce Jesus Christ your Lord and Savior, otherwise you gonna get your head like sliced off, what you finna do? She's like, ooh, let me get back to you on that one. I'm like, she's like, let me guess, you're not, you would take it. I'm like, it ain't nothing to talk about. Like chop off with the head right away. Like nothing to even think about. Like how could you even think about that twice, right? If you're a real believer. So and if you're a real believer, you know that that's a real possibility to happen soon. So like again, like, and think about it, like 6 million whatever is in the, but like how many of them were really there? Like was it maybe like 100,000? You know what I'm saying? And they did cook like 30,000 people, and like fucking great, you got a tattoo, I got a tattoo. You know what I mean? Like it just, it's not that hard of a fucking move to pull, and these people got 100 years to do it. Whatever. Like you see the fruition of what's going on. Like the whole like Israel first shit is crazy. And until I had a brain, like, I would just be like, yeah, go, you know what I'm saying? These people talk like savages. Like that fucking dude for the fucking defense or whatever, the guy from the TV, Fox News, with the fucking tattoos of like fucking some like, oh, I forget what it was, but it's like some satanic shit, like, or like dual cross or something, some weird shit. Like, anyways, like he's like the man in charge, and like, what the fuck? This dude's talking about like killing babies and kids and fucking people, and like, you're tweaking, homie. And like, how could anyone like support that shit? You know, like, you dumb motherfucker. I don't know, man. People ain't meant to do all that shit. People that did me plenty wrong, and like, don't get me wrong, like, I've had the thought, but I ain't never acted on a lot of my thoughts, because like, it's not even like the thought of like going away. The time you might have is just, why would you, you know what I'm saying? Like, there's always a way to get back. That dude gonna get his, and the you were playing with the wrong car. You were doing something. I mean, you're in that situations. But like, if you're not doing anything wrong, you don't have to worry about that. So why would you ever fucking step outside of your fucking 100-year, 80-year, 60-year potential life to throw it away over like a bingo game or like some paper money? But people do it all the time. Why am I the last of the Mohicans? I don't know, because like, I never used them instruments that like scared me, and like, people used to be like, man, you wasting this shit. Nah, man, I don't have a death wish, bro. I just like to get fucked up, I guess, at the time, you know. But like, here I am, one of the last, right? That's cool too. So like, it's like, I knew, or when I'm driving and I see some deers, I don't see the deers, but I'm like, fuck, I'm going 70. I feel like it might need to slow down. It's probably, could be some deers or some, what, like cows walking across the street. And 20 seconds later, bam, there go a pack of fucking 5 deers. Like, it's all the time. Intuition, feelings, it's something going on. It's something that I know that a lot of you have inside of you. And I think that's like our common bond, or like our common, like, unifying whatever, like the thing that brings us all together, and the thing that gets us all watched, followed, whatever. It's all because of the fact that we have the ability to fucking, I don't know, decipher right from wrong. The fact that we won't do wrong, potentially, like when others would, and like, that's like succumbing to like, you know, like the evil. So like, while I ain't been perfect my whole life, I ain't never been no saint, but didn't never say my name was Saint K. You know what I'm saying? My name was just K. So hey, the point is, but I ain't never worship anything outside of like my best to worship, like, and be grateful for a day, that a gift from God. Like, I find recently when I get mad, like, I just did this, like, I've done it, I just thought about it the other night. When I got pissed the other day at this job, I'm knowing I'm right, and I was right and everything, but like, instead of me saying the shit, well, I did say some shit, and that's when I got in trouble. The next day when like, I was like heated, but I was just like, I didn't want to like kick the bucket or whatever, so I just get to writing and writing and writing and writing and writing, and like, it's like, you know, like, I'm writing down my point of view, and I'm telling what I'm telling, but at the same time, I'm like, and fuck this bitch, and I don't use the B word, but like, yeah, fuck this bitch, that's how pissed I am. Like, if I'm using a pen to write shit down, it's because it's like the only way I'm stopping my vocals and my emotions from like jumping out, and like, I scare people, I guess, when I like lose it. Like, I lost my cool on dude, but I don't push people, so I don't be pushed back. But anyways, again, I found like, it's like just writing everything down be like super therapeutic, because not only am I writing down everything that's like documenting why I know I'm right and I know they're wrong, I can then slide in like, words like, you know, to make me feel as if like I'm getting a release on like saying something to them, even though I'm just writing about them. I won't drop their name, so it's like I'm not gonna incriminate myself either. So it's like a way to like get like that anger out, and then at the same time, I just created like a fucking a document that if, God forbid they ever want to try to fire me for whatever. Let me bring up this day, this day, this day. I have everything I did written down. Time frames, this and that. Like it's like always have like a way to cover your ass because like realize we're up against everything, and these people got all the juice. Like they're happy. The place is happy just to spend 15 grand, like nothing, right? And send out water because fuck it couldn't be treated. I've treated the water for 45 days. I've never done this type, but I'm 45 for 45 and doing it better than anyone else prior to me working there in all the books I've seen. Especially on a couple of the the batches, I suppose. Like they're harder to treat, more starch, more ink, and you have to pull all that shit out. And then the system they have there is horrible. I'm actually thinking about making a channel for like what I do to help people in the same field, but it would have to be a different channel, and I really don't have time for that. Fuck, like you kidding me? Trade secrets, but like whatever. Anyways, like just another fleeting thought. But no, so anyways, I know what I'm doing and I do it well, blah blah blah. But this company will spend 15 grand to send out the water that I can do, right? And I've proven it over 45 days. When they have their outside people come who are supposed to be like vouching for me because my certificate isn't valid out here or whatever, because I need a Maryland one and like Illinois hasn't responded yet because I didn't send it in time, whatever. The point is like, so Monday when I was supposed to do the water for probably 46 times and it was this ink and starch shit, like it's harder to treat, but like I'm successful every time. Long story short, it's 4,000 gallons, and like dude comes from like this company, and like sure enough, like he takes over, and I'm just like, that's awesome, bro. Go ahead, do you, bro? Because he like always like, man, he's like probably 25 years old and like trying to talk to me, and like you don't realize I'm 41, bro. Like I'm might not act like a 41-year-old, but like I've been around for a little while. I know what the fuck I'm doing. Don't talk to me like an idiot. I already told him that once. Anyway, so like he came in. Bottom line, he fucked up. He fucked up something I would have done fine, which then costed that company $15,000 for a tinker truck to come and pick it up, right? But had I done it, they wouldn't have spent the 15 grand. And the other thing is like, they're trying to cut my hours because I made 75 hours one week and my check wasn't even shit. Like it was like one shit. I made way more when I was in Washington every week than what I made there one week. And then my 60-hour checks, like they're like what I would expect for what I'm doing. You know what I mean? So basically my point is this, like they're taking me from like 60 hours, which is like reasonable for me being the only one running the show there and the only one who can do it. And like this other company that are about to pay $250,000 a year to take care of the department, but yet they can't even do it. They just prove they can't do it, the people that'll do it. And they're trying to take my hours, right? They'll spend 15 grand, which is what they'll probably pay me. And let's see, it would probably take me like 2 months to make that with this rate cutting and everything. It would probably take about like 2 months to make 15 grand now, which is pointless. So like, gotta go. Anyways, at the pace I was on before, I would have hit it in like fucking 5 weeks, okay? 6 weeks, something like that. But instead of paying me and let me get my 60 hours, they want me to have 45, so I make like $1,500 or something stupid like that. And they have no problem spending 15 grand for somebody's fuck up. It just, to me, it makes no fucking sense. So like, basically, like at this point, if they're not giving my hours, like, I gotta go. But like, again, that's just like something that, like, why it makes no sense why a company would. I've seen them spend 30 grand, and before I got there, I heard they spent 800 grand in trucks last year. $800,000 that they spent because somebody couldn't treat the 4,000 gallons or keep up with it. So like, think about how many trucks that is for 15,000, and it's only 4,000 gallons. Like, they're getting finessed. Anyways, my point is this: like, how do you take me from 60 hours where I'm like making like less than fucking, not even making that much, you know? I probably make like 10 grand a week, a month, right? If I get 60 hours. But they want me only to make like 5 grand a month. So they want me to make like half as much money, I think. Which is still like not even, and that's in 30 days. And that's not even the cost of 1 day of sending out the fucking chemicals at 15 grand. So like, why would they do that, right? Why would they take my hours away from me and then pay 15 grand for trucks? So like, this is why I say like shit that happens to us, like, it's just an example of right now what's going on. This shit don't happen to everybody. It really doesn't. You don't get fired on your third day for like or sent in for a random drug test on your third day for like no reason. But it's random and nobody else goes. And I was at the hospital for fucking surgery that week, so like, they like, what the fuck? You just can't win. Anyways, man, I'm so sorry. I just talked way too long. The point is, there's not 300 some odd million people in the world or in the United States. Because if there was, let me revise on it. Let me go back and rewind. Tom Hanks or them people would have they shit split, because I know there's more than one of me walking around. At least 200 or 300 or 400, considering how many people like I know. You know, not personally, but like some more than others, obviously. But I know that there's some out there that, like, you know, like, and that's cool. Like, I wouldn't drop my info if I didn't want to, and like sometimes people do link on my page. Like, next thing you know, they're getting watched. Join, consider the Lily channel, because I'm pretty sure as soon as her and I started talking, like, her shit got way worse in Texas. And I just seen a video of hers, matter of fact, today. It's a short. Fuck, if I know how to link, I will, the video. But like, the channel's Consider the Lilies. She in my comments. Click on her thing and look at the fog in fucking Texas right now. That was crazy. Look at that fog. Like, dude, if that's not gonna kill somebody, I don't know what is. Like, I said, hey, you better stay your ass inside. You know, do not go out and breathe that shit. And then share that to JW channel, because like, he's on top of that fog shit better than anybody that I know, that I watch. It's been lovely. You know, maybe next time we'll just do this like if I figure out how to do the live thing, because that'd be kind of cool. Like, because I could sit here and just talk shit with y'all. Like, if you want to talk, like, that'd be cool. But I don't always feel like talking, to be honest with you. I just, like, I haven't picked up the mic in a minute because reasons. And like I always say, this shit was always therapeutic for me anyways, making these videos, just because it's like I'm pointing shit out, and I know it makes others like feel like, you know, like, thank God, like, because it's really hard to find a channel, especially when you're first looking, like, it's really hard to find this shit. Like, you just type, like, drone at night or something, or drone spying, and, like, they'll show you, like, the same fucking, like, 20 videos that have, like, 6 million, like, 200,000 views or whatever the case is. But it's hard to find, like, somebody going through the same shit as you. It took me a long time, and that's, like, why I was, like, trying to holler at, like, drones, like a few, 5, 6, 7 people that, like, we came up, like, 4 years ago, and, like, relatively, you know, I know Ohio, one buddy was like near Chicago, Virginia, Florida. I want to say Minnesota. I know somebody talking about he up north. Again, not personally know him, but like I'm just saying, like there's been some people have been doing this shit for a while, and like it's hard to find their channels until you find like one of our channels. Like when I looked at, I think it's Aaron James one. I looked at his channel, whatever, and fucking had a ton of like great content that like, and a really nice page. I don't know how you do that. Props, because like I don't know how to like organize it, make playlists, decorate. I just fucking click them and flick them or whatever, you know. So it's like if this one, when I'm done, if I have the battery power, even though I uploaded all day, before I knock out tonight, which I'm gonna be doing in like 20 minutes, before I go to sleep, I just set this bitch to upload, and then it'll probably like maybe 30% by the morning. I don't want that cigarette. What the fuck? I'm reaching for the wrong thing. But yeah, no. Basically, it's not an easy like fucking. It's not an easy task. An easy job. It's not an easy thing to do to find like somebody with relatively going through the same shit, and then like be able to like reach out to them, like, because you don't want to like stalk they shit either. Did the same thing. But anyways, like here we are fucking 4 or 5 years later, 3 years, 4 years, however long, whatever. I think I started like 2021, 2020. I know I started filming this shit in like 2018, 19. But anyways, here it is, like, you know, some years later, and like at first all I got was comments about like, go get some help. But it's like we outweigh these clowns, like, so that they don't even come on the page no more. Anyways, all that to say, like, I miss like talking to y'all, because it's like something I got used to doing, and everyone's got to have a purpose in life, and like though that's like maybe not the greatest purpose, for all the rambling I do sometimes, or for the X amount of ears that hear it, like I say like probably one intelligent thing every now and then, you know, like that might trigger somebody else's intelligence to be like, I wonder about that 300 million thing too. And I was just thinking the same shit, like why do I always see somebody that I know somewhere else, or like where the fuck are all these people? Like, just seems like a little bit Truman movie to me, or whatever. That's why I say, anyways, I'll be living like the Truman shit. But yeah, I'm gonna do my best, because I really, like, my phone is jammed up right now as far as like it's slow, and it shouldn't be. And I don't know if that's because they're restricting me, or because I recorded so much shit since I've been here. I just haven't uploaded because I really didn't say shit except for probably like negative things, and like, or probably like, you know, there goes state police. What's new? A lot of them. Anyways, for whatever reason, you know, I'm sure most of you understand. Like, if you ain't got nothing good to say, sometimes it's best just not to say shit. And like, though most of what I say is not good, it's good. It's not bad. It's like it's not good for 95%, but like, or 98%, but like, it's good for the few of us that like can appreciate it. So, all that being said, I mean, this is like my rant that like I'm gonna try to keep, like, you know, like exposing these fucks, because that's all it is really, is putting them on blast. Like, in fact, my battery died today. Morgan coming, he's the one who always take pictures. I suggest checking his shit out too. He gets some like black and white pictures on his shit, on his playlist, I think it is, or something. He gets a lot of weird, like, he's kind of like good with the picture. Go another one. He's good with like noticing shit in the clouds that shouldn't be there, kind of like how I see Bigfoot everywhere, but like of another type. So anyways, I'm just saying, then I kind of forgot what I was saying, other than like, I got a lot of shit I wanna like keep putting out. And like, I feel like things are happening fast. Like, this AI shit taking off, everything is just going like I don't even seen the Schumann resonance, but like, I remember like 4 years ago, like, that was going bananas, right? And while I know what it is, I can't really speak on it. I just know it, like, it's supposed to, like, you know, like, have you more in tune with the world type thing, like you just, your spirituality or whatever, like. But again, like, I don't always have the words, but I know what what the point is. But like, the thing is that everything is just going so fast, you know, and times are upon us. So like, that's why I'm trying to say, like, it was never good that my cat was taken from me, but like, I just realized, talking to someone else, that like, I have nothing to fucking worry about. Like, somebody asked me, like, do you think your car will make it to Louisiana? I'm like, probably so. You know, if not, fuck it. Like, I just stop. Probably had to get a new car somewhere or whatever, get a rental, but like, I won't have to worry about my cat being in the car cold, like I always was. Like, everything I did, I always did, because like, I would get hotel rooms when I didn't need them, just because I didn't want to leave my car on for 4 hours just to sleep in a car with a cat. No, let's get a room so he can lay down and eat food, and like, you know, so shit like that. Like, now I'm like, I have nothing to worry about. Like, there's no one in my possession. There's nothing that, like, you can't take anything more from me right now. The world cannot, like, have anymore. You feel me? Like, I mean, you can have some more, but like, I'm gonna be the same with or without this or with that or that, blah 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 blah. Like, so like, basically, like, that was like the final straw. Like, that was like the last thing I had was my cat. And if I see Tom Hanks, I'm busting that motherfucker shit wide open. I hope one of y'all do too. Hey, much love. Thanks for fucking with me. God bless y'all. Good night.